Just as entertaining was the men's marquee quarterfinal match. Power versus speed. Number 2 versus number 7. Michael Chang versus Pete Sampras. A carnival atmosphere swirled around the stadium as fans looked forward to the ultimate U.S. Open struggle.
I want them both to win.
The two California kids had been battling for almost 15 years, and it was Michael Chang who held the professional edge 6-2. Pete Sampras had never beaten Michael Chang on the hard court. Under the glare of the stadium lights, Michael Chang came out ready to electrify the crowd, which was decidedly for the underdog. But Sampras withstood the first surge, and the two played 12 games without a single break opportunity. Chang struck like lightning in the first set tiebreak, and lightning struck not only twice, but 7 times, as Sampras was shut out.
6-0,
Chang continued to take it to the number 2 seed in the second set. And in the 5th game, Chang finally stole the first break of the match. And then the two traded breaks. Leading to tiebreaker number 2. This time, the outcome was decidedly different, and Pete was decidedly more positive, taking the first 4 points on his way to a 7-2 second set tie-break victory. And then, in the third set, Sampras turned it up a notch, and then another notch. And suddenly, Pete Sampras was on a roll. Starting with the second game in the 4th set, Sampras rolled through 11 straight games. And the high-flying Chang was left in the dust.
Just go for it, you know. I was up a break there, and I just told myself just to keep on doing what you're doing. And, you know, I just did it. You know, I was focused, and I felt really good.
Pete Sampras was on his way to the semifinals for the 3rd time in 4 years, perhaps having cleared the biggest obstacle to his 2nd U.S. Open men's singles championship. In the semifinals, Sampras would meet Alexander Volkov, who had overcome many obstacles on the way to his first ever Grand Slam semifinal, not the least of which was Thomas Muster, who had not lost a match in over a month. It took incredible shot-making and the will to fight off 2 match points before the Russian was able to stop the Austrian Express. In the early morning hours, Volkov would emerge the victor in this 5-set struggle and move on to meet Pete Sampras at the U.S. Open for the 2nd consecutive year. The number 2 seed entered Stadium Court for his semifinal match like a man on a mission. He had reclaimed the world's #1 ranking and was now the man to beat. And it wouldn't be easy. Pete Sampras was at the top of his game. His semifinal opponent, Alexander Volkov, felt nothing but frustration. 16 aces. 48 winners. Approaching the net 32 times. He scored on 28 of them. Pete was near perfect. Winning 95% of his points when he got his first serve in. Pete Sampras got his point across. The new #1 was heading to the finals with both barrels blazing. Sampras' task would not be simple. His opponent in the finals would be the man who had already notched a win over one #1 in 1993. Cedric Piolin, since helping Sampras regain his #1 ranking with his victory over Jim Courier, had taken on the look of a champion. Piolin was getting rave reviews, athleticism, court coverage, creativity. The 15th seed was silencing the skeptics. Since the Courier upset, Cedric had shot down the 19-year-old rising star from the Ukraine, Andrei Medvedev, in the quarters before facing an unseeded Wally Masur in the semis. Masur was the first opponent that Piolin was supposed to beat, and the Frenchman did not disappoint, as he obliterated Masur in a first set that lasted a mere 29 minutes. But the crafty veteran, who had ascended to dizzying heights at the 1993 Open, came back in the second, winning in a tiebreaker. The third set also went to a tiebreaker, and Piolin took charge, playing, as Masur would later say, focused tennis. And as the fourth set became a formality, Wally Masur became an admirer, and Cedric Piolin became the first Frenchman to reach the U.S. Open final since Henri Cruchet in 1932.